All right, we are live. And we're going to be doing the drama slop. I want to see if I can... So I'm going live now because I want to see if I am able to do drama slop content. Because I don't know if I can or not. But there's a bunch of drama slop going on right now related to Sykkuno. And yeah, so now I get to talk about it. I get to give my opinion. I want to see if I can... So I'm going live now because... There we go. Okay, I'm making sure that the voices sounds good. So that does sound great. And then... Here we go. Yeah, and so we are going to be covering the expose right here. So there is an expose related to Sykkuno. It is a 32-page document. Okay, something about cheating drama. That's always a good sign that a drama topic like this gets 32 pages. I don't really know why it required 32 pages, like the fact that somebody cheated, but that's apparently what we're going with. So that's what we're doing. Let's see. Yeah, so that's what we're doing. And I think I'm just gonna clip farm it. I might like advertise the clips somewhere. So here's what we do. Let's I just want to make sure the volume's good because I'm always worried about that. I want to see if I am able to... Okay, yeah, I can hear it all right. So let's go through this. On Valentine's Day of this year, I was followed on Twitter by Sykkuno. I thought it was amazing. That's... wait, do I do a voice? I thought it was amazing. What's that? I thought it was amazing that I thought it was amazing that such a big content creator even knew I existed, let alone followed me on social media. He had been my role model and someone I looked up to for a long time now, ever since my days in high school. Okay, so we'll go point on this. Starting off, already a little bit weird. All right, the person is like what they're leading off with. Their title is "I was followed on Twitter." Okay. That's like the thing that they're excited about, is that they were followed on Twitter. So, okay, I want to know who is this person first? So let's Hemamal. Okay, so who it's this person? Okay, so it's a VTuber. All right, well, just assume it's a VTuber. Oh yeah. Okay, so here's the VTuber. Okay, and it's a. I mean, this isn't nothing. Like 6K followers on Twitter. Like this is. He preys on. Okay, so that's her claim, is that he preys on small VTubers and lies to them and gives them half-truths with the intention to hook up with them. Okay, so we'll see if that matches up. The claim is that Sykkuno is a player. All right? And he had been my role model and I looked at him from ever since my days in high school. So However, what I learned about Sykkuno after that day would make me regret my decision. Sykkuno is not the kind, soft-spoken character you see on stream. He is a serial cheater, liar, and manipulator who uses his status to get what he wants from as many women as possible. More specifically, ones who are smaller or up-and-coming creators, knowing that he can take advantage of them. Okay, so this is playing into a common thing that I see on yes, so this is kind of how common thing that you see on the internet these days, is that any interaction between like big and small creators is somehow predatory. It's kind of a Twitter kind of a thing, but that's okay. And so let's continue. After confiding in many others that have had similar experiences with Sykkuno, I begin to realize this was not an isolated incident. In fact, it was something that had been going on for multiple years. He always made sure to cover his tracks and never left a paper trail significant enough to stir someone to make this public. But now, this all has changed. These are serious allegations, and I fully understand that this should not be treated lightly. Okay. Serious allegations, all right? This is supposedly a big deal here, right? Big allegations based on taking advantage of smaller creators. So here's what I would expect to see from something like this. I haven't looked at this. This is my first time reading this, but I already know how this is going to go. What I would have expected if this were like a real accusation. I'm already biased against this person because it's ridiculous from the start. But what I would expect is like Sykkuno coming in, maybe promising things to smaller creators, maybe saying like, hey, you know, I'll get you into this OTV thing. I'll do collabs. I'll introduce you to all these people. And like, imagine Sykkuno was coming in and like offering all of these things to these smaller creators, and then actually he was just trying to hook up with them. That would be like a real scandal, right? But it wouldn't be just like a big creator going after, like trying to hook up with smaller creators. It would be taking advantage and offering something in return to try to like, you know, it's like a Harvey Weinstein type of thing. That's what I would expect if this is a real thing. So that's what we will be looking for. Is Sykkuno offering anything of value to these creators, or is it just a big creator hitting on a small creator? So, yeah. I urge all other content creators who have been personally affected by Sykkuno's behavior to not remain silent, as I believe that there is strength in numbers. Maybe there's multiple women. All right. This document will not only include proof from me, but from another victim who has given me her consent as well. So 2 people. We got 2 victims. 2 victims. All right. We're gonna be tracking this. All right. So we're making a Google Doc myself here. Sykkuno claims. So let's create the other document here. That there. And we'll put this off to the side, and then we will go from there. All right, so claims. Multiple women. Okay, so claim are big content creator taking advantage of small creator. 1 second. I'm not prepared for any of this. Okay. We're going to call this Sykkuno Weinstein. All right. That's the claim, is that he's Harvey Weinstein, I think. Actually, they haven't even explicitly said that yet. They have not even explicitly said that this person's Harvey Weinstein yet. Okay. 2, multiple creators. Multiple accusers. We'll see if that matches up. All right. Now, let's continue. Let's continue. So, this document will... Okay. Below, you will find evidence that will expose his calculated pattern of love bombing and manipulation, as well as a recorded voice call where explicitly... All right. We are... This is a claim. Recorded call. Admits everything. All right. That's it. Admit this is... There's going to be... There's going to be proof here. Okay. There's going to be a big deal recorded call of him admitting everything is what he's saying. Okay. So that's what we're going in. So, and then love bombing. Love bombing. All right, let's keep going. Our first conversation. After Valentine's Day, I was so excited about him following me that I told a friend who then urged me to strike up a conversation. So okay, very excited about the followed, the Twitter follower. And then they were very excited about that, about being followed on Twitter. So now what do they say? So they recorded a call. All right. So are you still looking for a Valentine's Day, perhaps? All right. So who's saying this? Okay. So she sent that. So okay. She's flirting with him. All right. So we haven't seen him flirt with her back. She reached out to him and was like, "Hey, are you looking for a Valentine date?" Okay, so this is very explicitly very flirty, very like, yeah. And then I think you can't just. I think, and he replied right away. Yeah, so this is him. This is her. Okay, so she's nothing wrong with flirting, right? But yeah, so she's going in hard right now. Now what do we have after this? Invited me to play games with him. Okay, so she flirted first. He flirted first. All right, went in hard. I mean, I guess she wasn't sexting. Not sexting yet. But that's where we're at right now. In the same, invited me to play games with him. Okay, in the same conversation, he brought up what kind of games he would like to play and invited me to play with him after the conversation. I can take healing kit and occasionally heal you in it. What time are you from? All right, so he's going. He's I don't want to say flirting back, but he's like saying, "This is a nice conversation, right?" So it's 5:40. I have your receipts out here. Oh my God, the capital letters, explanation points. Because I'm bad at sleeping. It's okay. Okay, on a real note, a friend of mine dared me because I didn't know how to reach out to you. Okay, so she flirted, but she took it back a little bit. She flirted with the guy. Oh man. Imagine that. Imagine like you say you like ask somebody on like a Valentine's date, and you're like, actually no, just kidding, that was a dare. Okay, so that's what happened. But nothing's bad to happen. It's like funny, kind of flirty, kind of text right now. So they say, "LOL, you weren't weird at all. Don't worry." Yeah, it's okay. So it's just a joke. What games do you like to play? Sure. So fine. They're friendly conversation so far. No issues. Nothing at all bad has happened yet. But apart from that, at last trials I played it, but pretty bad. Can you carry me? I play Overwatch a bit, but I'm like most useful. Okay, I played Overwatch for a bit. I'm super goated, don't worry. C can't be talking. I just finished streaming, but maybe I can play a little bit. Well, okay, so nothing has happened here. So 4 pages. We're page 5. Nothing has happened. Okay, I'm skipping this. This doesn't mean anything. Just sponsored. Okay, they're friendly. Fine, you have established. They are friendly. Okay, established facts. Established stale facts. These are the stale facts. They are a bit flirty. Fine, nothing wrong with that. That is an established fact. Mutual. Nothing wrong with that. Cool. Now, claims. Okay, so those are the claims. We got 4 claims, right? Now let's keep going. Interested in where I live. All right. This is the same day as the first conversation. Only moved to Discord a few hours apart since I'm you, and he's you. Okay. Things started out innocently enough with him acquiring about fun things to do where I live, such as aquariums, TwitchCon EU specifically. I'd like to point out that I said we could go on a date. Yeah. Or that he wasn't single. Okay, yeah, so she is pointing out, she's straight up admitting that she flirted first. That's fine. And then in his response is mutually flirting back. Whatever. Okay, so yes, they are established to be mutually flirting at this point. Yes, the texts show that. I don't know why we're on page 6 and that's all you've showed, but whatever. And then he followed her Instagram. Okay, he would also follow my personal private Instagram that is only available IRL with his official account. Okay, yes, that is true. He followed his account. Yes, he is being mutually flirty a little bit. Okay, where are the claims? But that, okay, making plans to meet me in person. In this 2-hour Discord gaming call, the same day as our first conversation, he made plans to meet the person IRL. It was set to be the same weekend as Doki 2026, since he was flying over to attend TwitchCon EO anyway. Okay. Okay, 15. Oh my god. 15-year age gap. All right. So I guess that is true. But how old is this person? So I mean, I think Sykkuno is like my age. So I don't think he's older than me. I think he's about my age. So let's say that's 35. That would make her 20. Well, yeah, I don't think he's older than me. Okay, so like it's. I mean, I wouldn't flirt with a 20-year-old, right? I do think it's like a little. I'm not saying it's predatory automatically, but it's like I don't know. I don't have anything to relate to a 20-year-old. Okay, it is more the kind of a thing, right? But I mean, the person's a content creator. They're in the space. They're surrounded by all these 20-year-olds. I don't think it's breaking the half+7 rule. Okay, that I will say, maybe you should follow the half+7 rule. Okay, people need to follow that. It's a good way of following things. Okay, so whatever. 15-year age gap. Okay, not rape yet. Nothing else has been established yet, other than a 15-year-old age gap. Okay. Was fun hanging out. No, hon, you did great. I have friends that did weights to do. Whatever, fine. Making plans to move in together. All right. So did they make plans to move in? Let's. This is another claim. Okay. Did they make plans to move in together? With Sykkuno, our relationship moved so incredibly fast that it felt like a dream. It was like he could make anything that I wanted to happen. As if someone as prolific and successful as him. I had no reason to doubt anything that he said. Okay? These screenshots shows that Sykkuno and I were intending to adopt a cat and have me possibly move into his house. I told him we couldn't get a cat yet due to me not being a U.S. citizen and having visa issues. Keep in mind, this conversation happened 2 days after. Sure, whatever. Okay, so they did. So there, we got another claim here. Did they make plans? Did they make plans to move in together after 2 days? Like, was this a serious plan? I guess that is moving quite fast. I'm still not sure how that's taking advantage of somebody yet. But I guess if you do actually move in with somebody after 2 days of meeting them, I'll say that is weird, not necessarily predatory, but what does that mean? Let's see what this says. So I'm allergic to grass, not as bad as I can be really dizzy from it. Okay, so she's talking about allergies. Also our pet's bad. So my dog is fine. Okay, so this is kind of talking about them being around each other because there's a pet, I guess. Sure. I mean, if I'm there anyway, we'll have to think about a name now. But I don't know if I can take care of it by myself. Okay, you'll have to stay to take care of it. What? Okay, I'm okay with that. I don't know how to work with me staying there. I can stand either because I'm not an American citizen, but I'll probably have to go back. Because, I mean, I hope at least I can go back studying end of this year. When did they say they were moving in together? I missed that. I missed where they said that. Where did they say that they were moving in together? Okay, so they're talking about a cat. And so I guess he says maybe we can get a cat together then. That's not a specific plan to move in. That's talking about it in general. But okay, maybe we can get a cat another time then. Besides, so you already have a cat. Okay. But yeah, but they're my dad's. Oh, I see. So you wouldn't have to bring them if you just move somewhere. Okay, so he says so you wouldn't have to bring them if you just move somewhere. No, I guess not, though I'd miss them so much. Okay, so he talked about somebody moving. Okay, so he's 34. Okay, so 15 years. So she's probably 19 or 20. All right. But that's still not even 18. He didn't express interest in living with you. I don't know what you're talking about. Like, they were... Where did he say this? He didn't say this. Where did he say that? How did this conversation start? Okay, so like they're talking about having a pet together, and then he kind of asked... He didn't ask her to move, but... Okay, sure. They were kind of talking about it, so that's... Okay. Let's keep going. We didn't know each other. Lying about single and dating history. Let's see. Lying about being single and dating history. In the screenshot, Sykkuno has said he had only ever been in one relationship in his life. I would eventually find out this is a lie, and he'd been dating and living in the same house as his girlfriend for years, and that I was not the only girl on the internet he spoke to on a daily basis. Okay, another claim. Another claim is Sykkuno single? Was he lying about it? We have another claim. All right. Did he lie about the claims? About that, right? One second. All right. So what else do we need here? So what is next claim? So did he lie about being Signal? Is he in a relationship? Like is Sykkuno in a relationship? Was he lying about it? All right, let's see. I would eventually find out this is a lie. He's not the only girl on the internet he spoke to on a daily basis. Was he lying about it? Was he talking to other girls? And did he lie about that? We'll see. I mean, you've been in relationships before. It's not like this is your first relationship. And then he said, I don't know. Okay, so he said, I don't know. I've only actually dated someone once, and they broke up with me. Okay, so he did say that. So that is... I don't believe him that he has only been in one relationship. So I'll say that is true, because I just don't believe you. Like a 34-year-old content creator who's like one of the most like seeked out content creator on the internet. I don't believe that. So sure. So this is a lie. I'll just take that as the word. Maybe he didn't mean like serious relationship. Like maybe it wasn't like a super. I don't know. We'll see. Do you think... Okay, yeah. So did you, like, never do anything for your ex, like, at all? I mean, I think I did. I don't think she thought I did. But, so, yeah. Okay, so he had a fight. So his ex thought that he didn't care about her. Okay, sure. But, I mean, everyone would say it's important to be like, are you getting what you want? Sure, whatever. Okay, nothing really... I guess he said that he only dated one person. Okay, did they sext? Sexting. That is a claim. That doesn't necessarily mean it's bad, but I would not be surprised if they sexted. Texted every single day, and these interactions would be charged with forwarding and suggested toxics. I would send him suggested pictures and audios, and he would confirm, okay, that he sure. So, additionally, he always acts flustered and inexperienced. Does Sykkuno fake being innocent, silly, flustered? And I think the answer is yes, he does do that. I don't need any proof about this. He absolutely does do this. And so I'll give him did he do this in probably the sexting? Probably, maybe as well. That's kind of his thing that he does. Is he does this. I don't know why that's abuse, but okay, that is a claim that was made, so we're putting it in the claim list. They have claimed this. Okay. Yeah, so he pretended like he was the on-stream person in real life. Sure, whatever. I probably did. We also regularly talk about date ideas and things we'd like to do together in the future. Or meet up IRL. Sure, so they are flirting. She keeps bringing up evidence that they flirted. I agree that they flirted, right? So they probably did flirt. They say on top of texting, we also called almost every day, even though he'd stream for 8 hours. We talk and play games regularly. One thing I've noticed is every time we called and when he spoke, he'd be whispering and never fully use his voice. Okay. So that is another claim. Whispers but never uses his full voice. Okay? And he lied about it. And lied about it. Wait, what's the point of the whisper? Is the point of the whisper, and it's suspicious. Is it because like he was around other people? Like he's worried about his other girlfriend finding out? Is that the point of why they're saying this? Okay. Maybe that's like the only thing I can think. Okay, so it's kind of like a fake, like fake pretended single, I guess. Using your voice, it doesn't does exhaust. Okay. Oh, it's just messaged it. I now realize he was quiet because his girlfriend lived with him and he didn't want her to hear. Okay. And lives with his girlfriend. Sure. Okay, so what does he say? But you did Twitch on. I've never heard of him. Let's watch something then. We should. Okay, so they said, let's watch a Netflix dating show. Or both. So sure. So they are flirting. They've established that they are flirting. What, okay, like, yeah, in the audio record. Okay, so sent audio recordings. Sexted. So this is, so they did sext, I think. Because they sent an audio recording. Sure. So they are flirting and sexting. We've established that. I don't know why. Where do we get to the claims here? Like, where do we get to all this bad stuff? Okay. So more flirting, more sexting. Okay, it said you get flustered so easily because I've never done this kind of thing before, lol, because I'm not. You get flustered so easily. Okay, so we have another established fact, which he does pretend to be a child while flirting with girls. Here's an interesting question. If the 30 or 4-year-old is pretending to be a child, I mean, maybe it's not such a big. So we're going over. Maybe it's not such a big age difference after all, because he's pretending to be 19-year-old. Yeah. So basically, there's a big drama for Sykkuno. So I know, right? Like crazy, right? So the short story is that somebody manifestoed Sykkuno, and the claim is that he took advantage of smaller content creators, that he love bombed somebody, that he was lying about being in a relationship, that he was pretending on being innocent or something while not, or something. And that's it. And so we have established that there was a person, and yes, they were flirting. How do you not know who Sykkuno is? He's like, so this is Sykkuno. He's an OTV, right? Like he used to live with Pokimane or something. So pretty big content creator. And he does this like weird kind of innocent style content where it's I mean, you know, obviously he's like kind of he's got like the boy band style look here, and so he's got this massive female fan base, and then he like pretends like, okay, this part is true, that he like does this weird like, oh, I'm so, like, imagine he's like pretending to be Pokimane or something on stream is the way that I'll put it, or like he's like pretending to be some of these like other girl streamers who are like, oh, I don't know what I'm doing. He's like the himbo. He's like a guy bimbo who pretends to be kind of stupid and innocent, I guess, on stream. But I mean, it's annoying. I think his content is annoying, but and then the claim is he's super secretly taking advantage of everybody, I guess. But okay. So I do think it's weird that he does this behind the scene as well. He does like pretend on being this, like, okay, I haven't dated so much. So you have me now. You have me now. Okay, so they are pretending. Okay. So they are flirting. I've never gotten into something like this before. Yes, I like it. I can't wait to use it later. It is always funny looking into other people's kind of sex and kind of these things because they're always so cringe. But yeah, whatever. Yes, I kind of wonder. Okay, I don't want to read out. I feel weird reading out somebody else's texts, right? So I'm not gonna read it out. I was kind of wondering if you ever, while watching when I sent you, why would I do that? Question mark. I'll definitely put this one to use. There's spicy Vic. Okay, maybe he's saying maybe. So, he's not actually. I was saying it before that he was like pretending, and he is doing the fake innocent thing, but I think he's being obvious about it. Like, imagine somebody's like fake innocent, but like both of you know that it's not real, right? I feel like that's kind of what he's doing here. He's flirting, and so like this is like a funny way of flirting, of like saying like, yeah, I touch yourself to this thing, and like pretending I'm being innocent. I guess it's like I can understand how that's like a funny flirty thing. Whatever. All right, so we're 15 pages in, almost as much as the age gap, and we have seen no other claims other than they flirted, and also he said that he didn't date other people. So I guess that is. I guess that is a bit of a faux pas to say that you're single when you're not. So it does. The evidence is leading. I do not believe that this guy is single. I do not believe that. Right? So I do think that he was lying about having a girlfriend. But let's keep going. Let's see more evidence. Hope you have a good rest, that you're feeling better, and you don't have to send confirmed. Confirm they were sexting. Okay. And you don't have to send me. What the heck? But I hope you feel as good as you like. I know. You said you were feeling great together. So this is a 20-year-old dating a 34-year-old. 20 years old. That's not like you just turned 18. This is not a fresh 18-year-old. Okay, I'm feeling a little bit better. I love getting compliments from you. Okay, more flirting. Okay, sugar daddy. Okay, is he a sugar daddy? So, you know, he's a wealthy content creator. Does he pay girls that he's flirting? Probably. Well, I mean, I don't know if that's like bad. So the claim is, does he like send money to people? I guess. So that's like an interesting flirty thing to do, I guess. To like buy somebody like he was like buying games for people or something. So okay. So he bought me a gym jacket and Resident Evil 9. Okay, so he was flirting with a girl. Another claim. Flirted and bought a jacket and Resident Evil 9. Okay, that is another claim. We're adding it to the claim list. Did he buy me a jacket in Resident Evil 9? Okay. Okay. You still aren't asleep either. I fell asleep. Woke up because I'm having trouble sleeping. Ah, well, good morning. And what's your PayPal so I can buy you games later? Okay, this isn't even... this isn't even like buying jewelry. This isn't even like flying somebody out. Yeah, it is a bit of a largest age. Like, I think it's like, I don't know. Like I'm his age. I wouldn't date a 21-year-old. It's a little weird. But especially if he was actually doing Harvey Weinstein shit. Like, if he was like offering to say like, oh, I'll make you a big streamer, girl. I'll like introduce you to OTV and Pokimane, and I'll help you out and be like kind of a growing person, and you can it was that, and the person was 20, like, then it's taking advantage of it. But it's I think it's like I think it's a little weird, but this isn't provably taking advantage of anybody yet. So let's see. Okay, so well, good morning. And what's your PayPal so I can buy you games later? So he's not even like buying the person diamond rings or flying the person out across the country yet. He just bought them Resident Evil 9. What the hell? Jesus, we need to step up these sugar daddy games here. All right. Straight to the point, Jesus. Okay. Want me to send? No. Okay. Sure. So he bought her a vest. Okay. I just thought it'd be nice. Sure. Whatever. I feel like if you're dating somebody, you can buy them things. I will say. Okay. If you're dating somebody, you can buy your SO things. I wore it with the green set. I know how much you like green. Okay. We are page 18. They are still just flirting. A calculated pattern of love bombing and manipulation. All right. We got another claim. A calculated pattern of love bombing manipulation. All right. After speaking, so they, yes. So they said that, I don't want to like read out this. I feel weird. I feel real weird talking about who touched themselves to what pictures. But yes. So the girl sent him. They sexted, right? So. Sure, they are sexting. I think that they are talking about dating. They are communicating as if they're boyfriend and girlfriend, maybe not publicly, but like, yeah, this is like it's an online relationship, right? But it's like a flirty kind of a thing. They're talking every day. Some people could call this dating, right? It's e-dating. This is e-dating. They're e-dating. Cool. I mean, you can be e-dating multiple people, but that's what they're doing. And yeah, they're sexting. But like, he didn't pressure her to sext. He didn't say like, "Oh, you better give me this." Like, he didn't like pester her or badger her. I think she just did this unprompted. I think she's unprompting, just like sexting. I mean, like if you're dating someone, there's nothing wrong with that, right? But yeah, so they are sexting. Whatever. Okay. I'm just having fun. I'm just having fun going over drama. I love drama. Chill. Okay, so what is the calculated pattern? After speaking with them for a few days, we were able to corroborate our experiences with Sykkuno and learn that we were both victims of his. Okay, we are both victims. We got multiple victims. We had no idea they was talking to both of us at the same time. Yeah, it's the So when you talk about the power dynamic, like, I think it's a little bit more complicated than just saying like big creator, small creator, or like famous person and not famous person. Like there has to be examples of like somebody using that. Like if they were like offering, if they were like making threats, like say like, oh, I'll ruin your streaming career, and like, yeah, you should be a little bit more careful, I guess. But I don't think it's like, I don't think it's like taking advantage of somebody, like just because it's like a big creator dating a smaller creator. Like you have to be, like this was not public at all. And I don't think they have yet threatened to use the power or something in any way. Like I guess he was doing some really bad stuff. Somebody might be afraid of coming forward, but I don't know. It's Sykkuno. All right. So what is the calculated pattern of love bombing manipulation? All right. Sykkuno is known to send hundreds of dollars to girls that he wants to get involved with. Hundreds of dollars. Jesus. We have no idea he was talking to both of us at the same time. Jeez, you need to step up your sugar daddy game, Sykkuno. Step it up. You're a big content creator. You're probably worth like $20 million. And you're like, oh, I'm going to send somebody $500 to help them move into a new apartment. Oh my God, bro. Step it up. Level it up, Sykkuno. All right. Maybe it'll look bad for me to say this if like there's something bad at the very end, but I don't feel bad about saying this, about like making fun of all this, because like it's been 18 pages and there's been nothing. You can clearly see this was sent from his business PayPal. Okay, to help with the move. So they have sent the person a total of $1,200, $1,500. Okay. All right. Okay, we usually stepping it up a little bit. He's paying to fly a girl out. All right, so we got there. He's leveling up. So this other girl, he paid for her he paid for a Resident Evil game, and now he's flying another girl out. Now you're stepping up. Paris, as well as all food and hotels. This is like a normal sugar daddy thing to do. Sure, taking care of the finances. Okay, so now we got a different person. I mean, maybe, but I'm scared. Okay, sure, you better hang out with me when I go there, and he's doing the fake... He's doing the fake thing. Okay. Sure. What? Okay, yeah, of course, all the food. You have to deal with the annoying ass to moi, but you gotta choose places. Deal, I'll let you go. Okay, whatever. So it's another girl. He's flirting with her as well. Whatever. He offered to fly her out. Cool, that is established. I'm boarding now, onto the plane. So they saw each other at the hotel. Okay, you're fine. You never have to pay for anything. Don't worry. Okay, sure. He's not even that much of a sugar daddy. All right. How much is this flight usually from Netherlands, Paris and back? I think I'm going to a TFT tournament. Man, I've only been talking about this 20 minutes and nothing's happened. All right, so we're going to have a clip farm at the end. That's okay. Ela is experienced. Elo would talk to Sykkuno on and off for a span of 5 years. During that time, he had absolutely no idea he had a girlfriend in the 5 years she had known him, and it was on and off flirted with him anytime soon. She'd bring up the topic of his love life. He would give the response of playing too many games and not go. Sure. So, yeah, well, he's not even like, he's not like giving them the money. He's like flying them. He's like paying for plane tickets. I mean, like, he's an American though. I'm just saying, like, I've seen bigger sugar daddies than this. Okay, this is not a. So he dated. Well, I think this is an established fact. Multiple people at once. I agree that this has happened. Playing too many games. Lied about it. Lied about it. Why are you saying that's a crazy question? I think it's a combination of playing too many games. Okay, he's a bit of a player. All right, sure. Some calculated behavior and patterns. I don't know why this is a. So the claim was a calculated pattern of love bombing. I don't know if this is love bombing. This isn't. He's not like pestering people. He's not like, I love you so much and we'll take care of you. I guess he flew somebody out to Paris. Offered a couple $100 to move or something. He paid one girl like $1,500. I guess that's getting up there. That's in the realm of sugar daddy territory for some of these people. A little bit. I mean, I don't know. What? Only the ones I think are cool. Whatever. You okay? Here's proof that Sykkuno was in Paris. Okay, I believe that they were in Paris. So he flew somebody out to Paris and hooked up to her. Okay, cool. Oh my god, I was playing WoW. I saw this player. It reminded me of you. Aha, you gotta remind me of. That's so cute. Of course, I was gonna ask you. Planning on going, like, off Kai. Or anything like that. I wish, but wasn't, and my rent is out $800 a month. Okay, so it is, so probably $1,500 a month is, so the person's from the EU, and so that is a little bit more. Like, this isn't like some person living in LA, right? So I guess it might be kind of cool to receive 2 months of rent, I guess, from somebody, I guess, and like to be like a struggling creator. So, but like if it was, it's not like he was paying her money for sex or anything. It was like they were mutually flirting, and then a part of that mutually flirting, it was like consensual. I guess he like showered some money on her, I guess, and flew her out and did all those things. Okay. Got to get more insult the room. After he started talking, seeing things like how he wanted to move in would be, Jerry would message this person to see if she'd be at Kai. There's proof that he's talked with more than one woman at the same time. Plan to hook up for each event. He was doing this while giving the impression he wanted something long term, all while having a girlfriend since 2021. Okay. This is where we both got in contact with each other and shared our story. Oh my god. Okay, sure. Oh my god, my friend just asked. He says he's going to like a VTuber anime convention. Oh, I heard about that, I think. I'll be there from Thursday to Monday. No worries. Spent a whole day crying. Why do... Okay, so... Yeah, so he's confessing... She's confessing personal details to him. Okay. Or page 26. And we... Okay. Rumors and broken friendships. As I mentioned, nobody wants to make a public statement because they've never had sufficient evidence. Sykkuno would always talk about the most explicit and sensitive topics on voice call or in person, never leaving a paper trail. So he's a little sneaky, sure, whatever. I'll agree. He was sneaky. I'll say it. He was a bit sneaky. Cool. What next? Rumors still managed to spread. Many content creators, both big and small, would vent to their friends about his behavior, but besides Rennie to be known as a predator who regularly took advantage of smaller and vulnerable content creators. Okay? Behind the scenes, he was known as a predator. The reason why Sykkuno would abruptly start hanging out with certain people is because of this predatory behavior. Okay? However, he managed to keep enough influence for friends to legitimize his position in the space, especially seeing as many of his friends are women who would have had normally stood in solidarity with these victims, making it seem like he was safe enough to trust because he wanted him to be a good friend. As Eli spoke with Sykkuno, she'd tell him about the rumors that she had heard from someone else, and Sykkuno had a roster of readily available women and how they coincidentally were small content creators who wouldn't touch him if we were smaller. So I guess he's got like pattern of dating smaller content creators. Who else is he supposed to date though? He's like one of the largest creators in the space. Almost everybody's smaller than him. So like, okay. Like, I mean, yeah, obviously this guy is dating a bunch of women. I don't know what, you just take one look at him. Of course he's dating a bunch of women. What do you mean? What do you mean? Yes, he is doing that. Ella, of course, didn't believe this. After all, he had a calculated pattern that worked perfectly in favor. His naive enough demeanor, they wouldn't dare her to fly, so why would he hurt her? I don't know, he said he just likes you, and then... Anyway, I'm sure it'll be fine. Okay, I feel like the way VTubers, they would love to write stories, they love drama, but it's not true, so I think it's fine. I don't need receipts, it's fine, but I need to think it's chill so he's not angry. I know, just making sure you stay safe no matter what you love, no matter what. What? I mean, why is he bringing me up so much anyway, though? He's jealous. I'm just playing League with him, and he brought out Blue. I don't think there's much to be jealous with. I have no idea. Okay. He said you hurt. Okay, so this is evidence that he's doing this to a lot of people. I agree. He is dating around. He's a player. All right? Sykkuno's girlfriend. Okay, so who is he dating? The coincidence to leaving you find the truth about Sykkuno happened last week. A pastor or maybe YouTuber slid into your DMs. Okay. He immediately started mentioning rumors about Bao. Out of concern, I reached out to Mod, who then connected with a BAO. I don't know who this is. They asked me who it was. When I said my date was Sykkuno, they immediately told me not to go on my date for your own personal safety? What do you mean your own personal safety? What? Sykkuno hasn't... What? Personal safety? Where is that? Where is that in any of this? He's a player. Okay, he is, but he wasn't like... Oh. He explained a pattern of behavior where he targeted smaller content creators. Where did he pressure them into sex? What do you mean? Pressured women into sex. Where in any of this did this happen? Like, if that was the case, if he was pressuring the people into sex, that would be bad. And, like, you could say, yeah, bigger streamer, Sykkuno Weinstein, or whatever. But none of that has been established yet. Val then offered to connect her with other victims so they could share experiences, as he felt like it was important to hear. This was all discussed in a Discord call. Hey Val, I'm sorry to bother you, but I hear something that has been concerning. I heard there's a possibility of trying to get... Okay. So, he was trying to get VTubers to his hotel room to drink with them. Okay. He told them 3 days ago that... Okay. He told me 3 days ago that him and his girlfriend were trying to reconcile after they managed to convince her that all huge... Okay, so he's a player or whatever. She had no clue that I and many others existed in his romantic and sexual life. Bao and his mod would be in a group chat. She's rightfully horrified and left the group chat because he couldn't stomach reading them. Okay. Nothing is... Okay. Okay, to all of his victims, ever since his virus broke out during the pandemic lockdowns, when he played Among Us, he has also always carefully corroborated every aspect of his behavior on stream with his friends. An innocent, romantic, inexperienced boyfriend who looked like an anime character and sounds like one. This perfectly crafted image would attract a huge audience of women, with lots of them openly professing how attractive they are to him. He soaked in the praise, okay, to limit... because it makes him more desirable. He understood that and would use this curated image as well as his legitimacy in the content creator space to, thanks to his friends and followers, to seek out attractive cosplayers and or content creators that are small enough to be Star Trek by his grand presence. It would work most of the time, as he used the same calculated pattern that he'd used with me and whoever, and eventually fly them out to conventions with the goal of hooking up. What these many women didn't know, though, is that he always lied about the fact that he was single, that behind the scenes, he had a neglected girlfriend that he'd been with since 2021, and that he lived with, and I implore many others to come forward about their experience with this predator. And I end this document with a recording of Sykkuno in which he admits to everything, especially how he cheated on his girlfriend with my friend and intended to do that. Okay. Okay, we're listening to the call then. 17 minutes. I can't listen. We're listening to it.
Thomas?
Hello.
So?
Well, pretty much know most of it.
Yeah? Like what?
Know what?
No, you can tell me.
Okay, well, wasn't very honest.
Oh.
About
About
So he has admitted to not being very honest. Okay, obviously he's not very
Like,
honest.
you have to speak up a little bit. Your mic's sitting up.
Sorry, always happens. Not being single, and I just wanted to tell you how everything happened.
Uh-huh. You're still gonna have to speak up a little bit, by the way. You're still cutting out a lot.
Sorry, I talk quietly.
Yeah, but you never talk this quietly.
I'm sad.
It's the actions of your, well, it's the consequence of your own actions, I suppose.
I know.
Mm.
So basically, I was in a very happy relationship.
Doesn't sound like it, but sure.
Let me finish.
Continue.
Very happy relationship a long time ago.
Long time ago. What, like
And then-
2021?
I don't know the exact time, honestly, but a long time ago. Then they got a lot less happy.
How so?
I don't fully know. She just stopped hanging out with me that much, and
Stop hanging out with you. She lives with you.
yeah,
You're gonna have to speak up. I can't hear a single sentence that comes out of your mouth.
Okay, so he's upset here, right? And I can understand why he's upset. It probably sucks. I think this person's disgusting. Like, I don't know.
You there?
yes, I'm here.
Okay, I'm just asking because you went quiet.
Anyway, so I was very, very happy.
Mhm.
And at some point, it wasn't so happy.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know exactly when, but like we stopped spending time together. We hadn't done it together for years.
Or what? I couldn't hear that part.
I said we hadn't done anything together for like years.
Mhm.
And I was just very sad and alone. Didn't feel wanted at all.
Mm-hmm. So you slept with Elfie in Paris.
Yeah.
And then you flirted with me. And were telling me how you wanted me to come visit you in Vegas, and how you wanted to go on a date, and how you were serious about me, and how you really meant it, and how you wanted to go get a cat together.
Yes.
Yeah. Why? Why didn't you just break off the relationship then?
Because a combination of remembering how it was, some part of me hoping it would go back to that, and
Well, obviously it's not gonna go back to that if you're actively cheating on her. It's only gonna get worse. I think that's really on you, but I know you're smarter than that.
I'm not.
I mean, for fuck's sake, you're a 34-year-old man. Yeah, sure. Stop acting like you're a child.
don't think that's what I'm acting like, but
I mean, you say you're not smarter than that, but you are. You're a 34-year-old man. You just chose to do it. You knew damn well in the back of your head that was gonna end up well.
it's complicated.
It's really not. Cheating is just bad. She hasn't done anything to ask for you to be cheated on. It's pretty cut and dry.
Yeah, but she relied on me to take care of a lot of things, and I still cared about her.
Okay, that doesn't mean that you do that because you wanted to, not because she was like holding it against you or forcing you to.
No.
Exactly. So there's still no excuse for you to cheat on her.
Not saying there was one, just explaining why it happened.
The only reason why it happens is because you just chose to do it. I don't know why you decided to lie to me, because you know damn fucking well that lying especially is like
See, I hate 20-year-olds. This is why you should never date a 20-year-old.
a big thing I do not tolerate.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I was fine about the Alfie thing, because I was like, okay, he didn't know me before that, right? But then I find out you've had a girlfriend this entire time. Do you realize how fucked up that is? Because not only were you, because sure, you didn't delete Alfie on. Alfie acknowledged that you didn't leave her on, right? Because I've talked to Alfie. I'm friends with her. I've been friends with her before I even met you.
Okay.
She acknowledges that you didn't leave her on. You led me on, though. You did lead me on, though.
Yeah.
You
Well-
gave me all these fucking fancy ass promises about, oh, we're gonna go on a date when you come visit here. What, so you could cheat on your girlfriend again? So you could sleep with me so you could cheat on your girlfriend again?
That wasn't.
What were you intending with that?
Well, I thought it was going to be over.
Go what?
Like I thought that was going to be the end of that.
The end of what?
My previous relationship.
You were gonna break up with so you could date me, or what?
Well, like I said, it'd been a long time where like we hadn't spent time together, hadn't done anything in years.
Mhm.
And in my head, I thought that was at some point be over.
What? I couldn't hear you.
I thought that meant that was going to be like the end of it.
So you were already moving on before you even broke up with her? Were you intending to break up with her, or were you just waiting for her to break up with you?
No, I don't know. It was
So,
just a really weird.
I just-
mix of, like
I just want to understand this. So what was your intention with me? Like, where was I in this whole thing? Like, were you intending to date me after her? Like, were you intending to just ditch to go date me?
I mean, I guess for me, it felt like it was already.
But that's not what I asked. I'm talking about me.
I mean, yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking.
You were thinking to just ditch her and then date me. What, were you gonna do the same thing to me? I'm sorry, but like, you're not really selling this whole relationship thing really well.
What? I am.
If this is the type of relationship you uphold.
It's fine. I'm not trying to sell it.
I can tell.
Just trying to explain what's going on.
Yeah. The thing is, if I never reached out to Bao, because I didn't even reach out to Bao about you, right? I reached out to Bao about because he lied behind my back to a bunch of people, and I was not okay with that. And then started lying about Bao. That's when I reached out to Bao. I became friends with her roommate, and then I was talking with a little bit back and forth, and then you came up in the topic, and then she told me you had a girlfriend, and that your girlfriend has been venting to Bao this entire time about how you gaslight her into staying. You make her feel bad anytime that she like wanted to leave because you cheated on her, and she knew that you cheated on her. She just didn't know who. Because you never told her that was Alfie, you just told her that you cheated on her in Paris. I think. I don't know if you told her, but I knew she knew.
Yeah, I did tell.
Why? Why go through all this trouble?
Because I didn't know how to,
I mean, for God's sake, if the only thing why you even stayed with her is because she relied on me for a lot of things, you can afford to take care of her for a little bit before she gets back onto her feet. Like, at least don't put her through the trouble of telling her oh, I'm still gonna be with you, telling her that you're still her fucking boyfriend, while actively cheating on her every single day.
yeah, I mean, you're right. I should have just, said how I felt.
You could have just deadass. If the only thing they were concerned about is the fact that she relied on you for things, you could have just supported her until she got back onto her feet, so she could support herself. You know?
And it wasn't just that.
Then what else?
Somehow hoping it would go back to how it used to be.
Well, I already told you, cheating is not gonna make it go back to how it used to be.
It's a lot easier to say that way.
It's the truth. It's the harsh truth. Nothing is gonna go back the same way that it was if you're gonna cheat on someone actively.
Well, that's why I'm going to change.
You're going to change what?
That's it. Everything.
What do you mean that's it?
Just gonna change that.
You're gonna stay with her?
Right.
But honestly, I feel like the poor girl's been through enough. I don't think you should have to sit there and keep doing this to her. Because
He's asking her to break up with her girlfriend he's asking her to break up with her girlfriend in the call where he's accusing him of cheating. Holy shit. Oh my god.
I was in a group chat with her while you were on stream. And this girl's absolutely fucking distraught because of the shit that you've done to her. The shit that you've put her through. Genuinely. Do you know how much that fucks someone up? You already cheated on her once, and she decided to trust you still. She decided to stay with you, despite the fact that you already had cheated on her and admitted to it. And what do? You go onto fucking Twitter and go find the next girl to fucking flirt with. If anything, honestly, God, I'm not even mad at this point. I'm just disappointed. I'm really disappointed.
Yep, that's fair.
Because she's been crying to Bao about it. Bao's been sitting there, comforting this girl, trying to tell her, hey, maybe you should leave him. Because this isn't okay. This really isn't okay. You're putting this girl through mental strain. Every single day. That you continue to be with her. While you're sitting there having fun playing with your fucking friends. Be so honest right now, Thomas.
So you think, you might be right.
Yeah. If it is money that she doesn't have, or if it's a job, or if it's family, or
I
blah, blah, blah,
give
blah.
her a lot.
Yeah, well, there, exactly. Just help her back on her feet until she can support herself, and then just leave the girl alone. Because she deserves better than that. Because you cannot sit there and be like, I love her, but do all this shit to her, and continue to let her stay in that situation.
Well, one part of that wasn't true.
What?
I think the feelings faded.
Well, then you should just let her go. Instead of just sitting her there, wasting her time.
Okay, well, anyway.
And also, why'd you get on a call with me when right now she's upset? I know she lives with you.
I already talked to her.
Yeah, you should be there to.
I'm going to talk to you first.
You should be there to comfort her. She's the one that you cheated on.
No, I'm going to be doing that. I just wanted to settle this first.
This is not settled. I'm beyond upset with you. Genuinely beyond upset with you.
I mean, that's fine. By settled, I mean that's it.
What's it?
Probably never talking again.
You and me?
Yes.
What? Why?
Is that not why?
She doesn't want him to leave.
What is why? I'm still upset with you, but you didn't cheat on me. You can still talk to me and be make up for your actions. Don't get me wrong, because I always am there for second chances. But I never will forgive you for cheating on her. That's. There are a lot of girls that are upset with you, by the way, because Alfie's not the only one that has hit me up.
Yeah, that sounds like you've heard things.
Yeah, and you lied to me a lot about that too. A lot. Because how big was the roster again?
I don't think I ever had one of those.
I mean, maybe not at the same time, but you sure do hop around.
Suppose so.
Yeah. All I care about right now is that it's okay. Keep me updated on that.
I don't know if that's a possibility.
You can keep me updated on how she's doing. You can keep me updated on when she moves out, because I don't think she should be living with you anymore.
I don't think you need me to do that.
I mean, yeah, I care about her.
Yeah, she can do that.
True. I'll just reach out to her then. But yeah, no, just like you go talk to her. She needs you right now.
So cringe.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, bye.
What,
Hi,
why
Thomas.
is she trying to?
Shooting
Okay.
the hot sauce. If you
Okay. So nothing. There was nothing. So he's a player. Okay. This is. Oh my god. That was so boring. We're gonna clip farm next. Be right back. That was boring. Why is it always like this with VTubers? It always is like this. All right, so we're gonna clip farm. So we need to we need a dock. We need another dock. Okay, so what do I say? What do I say? I say like Sykkuno is guilty of the most obvious thing in the world. Being a player with fake online personality. And that's it. He is innocent of everything else. These two were girls tried to accuse Sykkuno of being some sort of Sykkuno Weinstein, who was using his powerful connections and fame to take advantage of smaller content creators. None of that is true. Every girl in interactions was enthusiastically mutually flirting and sexting with him. Was not being shown threaten or pressure anyone. Was very enthusiastically mutually flirting and sexting with him. Being shown to threaten or was pressuring into situations where anyone was comfortable and all he did wrong was flirt too many women same time. I'll lie about it. That's not pretty. That's not. It's shitty, but it's not a predict. But it. It's kind of shitty, especially to his long-term girlfriend. But come on. But it's not predation. And come on. And come on. With someone who looks like that, with his large female audience. Did anyone ever really expect anything different? Of course someone like that. Of course he's a player. But not a predator. That's what we're gonna do. That's our clip.
Springtime ladies, bands from the 80s. I don't really care if you drive a Mercedes, but well, your daddy's got cash, so it looks like
all right.
you're taking me out.
How do we do this?
I really love the way you're fitting in your
Not a single time.
Let's turn this party into a freak show. Oh, got a few mouths to feed, and a couple good jams is all that they need. And I got a few hearts to steal, fat grooves, flip the bad moves, and we make them all heal. Yo, my spot, we can turn heads in the pocket.
Was he shown to threaten her?
So we still won't stop. No, I said we still won't stop. Pretty girls rocking vans,
Just very enthusiastic.
let the music go on forever. Crank it up, play it loud. This is what we're all about.
More pressure.
Everybody do it together. Can you vibe to this? Ooh, my people ride to this.
And his sugar daddy.
Can you vibe to this?
His sugar daddy love bombing.
Can you vibe to this? Live life like this. Bring your good spirits on a night like this.
Of
Get on it. We roll and keep the fire going
to
till 6 in the morning.
buying someone resident
On now. Fill it up to the brim. Let it spill on now. Crank it up till it's so damn loud.
resident
Up in the house. Come on.
9 and flying another girl out to Paris.
You got me so shook with those sexy eyes. Let me steal your
And his horrible.
Let me take
All right, so that is the clip. We'll see if we can do it in 60 seconds, and we'll go from there. All right. Okay, maybe should I do like a thing under it or something? How do I do that? We're gonna look at that up. Streamlabs on screen graphic. Subtitles.
You said you loved me, baby, and you just walked away. Tore a piece of my heart, and I get it now. Drop kicked my life, took all my possessions. I'm sick of it, I'm sick of it, and I
Okay, how do I add a source? So I guess I need media.
I'm sick of it, I'm sick of it, and I keep getting sober. I'm sick of it, I'm sick of it. You said you loved me, baby, and you just walked away.
Like a text overlay. We're gonna look up a text overlay.
And all that fun stuff to your stream. But for this, so what you got from here is a list of many different things you can add, widgets, overlays, and all that fun stuff to your stream. But for the sake of the video, what we're going to be doing is adding a text box. So you want to click on text.
Okay, text or something? Oh yeah, there we go. How do you smoke Sykkuno? 1 second. One second. All right, cool. We're gonna start this up in a second. Yeah, we're about to do a clip. All right, 1 second. Let's turn off the voice. Let's. All right, let's turn off the voice here, and then we'll go. Cool. All right, ready? Sykkuno is guilty of the most obvious thing in the world, being a player with a fake online personality, and that's it. He's innocent of everything else. Some VTuber girls try to accuse Sykkuno of being some sort of Sykkuno Weinstein who is using his powerful connections and fame to take advantage of smaller content creators. None of that is true. Every girl in these interactions was very enthusiastically mutually flirting and sexting with him, and not a single time was he shown to threaten or pressure anyone into sexual situations where anybody was uncomfortable with. And he was accused of horrible sugar daddy love bombing, which amounted to buying somebody Resident Evil 9 and flying another girl out to Paris, and that's it. All he did wrong was flirt with too many women at the same time while lying about it. It's kind of shitty, especially to his long-term girlfriend, but it's not predation. And come on, with someone who looks like that, with that large of a female audience, did anyone really expect anything different? Of course he's a player, but he's not a predator. All right, that was great. Now let's. That was cool. Now we go to the stream.
Living in, yeah, bro.
So I flirting and sexting with him, and not a single time was he shown to threaten or pressure instead of everything else. Okay, sorry. All right, ready? Situations where anybody was uncomfortable with. And he was accused of horrible sugar daddy love bombing, which amounted to buying somebody Resident Evil 9 and flying another girl out to Paris, and that's it. All he did wrong was flirt with too many women at the same time while lying about it. It's kind of shitty, especially to his long-term girl. Okay, so that's close. Interaction was very women at the same time while lying about it. It's kind of and come on, with someone who looks like that, with that large of a female audience, did anyone really expect anything different? Of course he's a player, but he's not a predator. Okay, cool. So that's gonna be the full clip. But he was uncomfortable. The world of the most. Sykkuno is guilty. Sykkuno is guilty. Flying another. Wrong was flirt with too many women at the same time while lying about it. It's kind of shitty, especially to his long-term girlfriend, but it's not predation. And come on, with someone who looks like that, with that large of a female audience, did anyone really expect anything different? Of course he's a player, but he's not a. Sykkuno is guilty of the most. Sykkuno is guilty of the most obvious. Is guilty. Did anyone really expect anything different? Of course he's a player, but he's not a predator. Sykkuno is guilty of the most obvious thing in the world, being a player with a fake online personality, and that's it. Okay, it's not fast enough. Sorry, I need to redo it. This is embarrassing. I gotta redo the clip. I mean, I gotta make. I mean, he was. Here's the thing. He didn't like pressure anybody. And like these people are very. This is very mutual flirting. And yeah, he was lying, I guess. But yeah, I don't know. Let's try this again. It was like literally 1 second too long, and now I have to redo it. So we're gonna try that again. All right, let's try this again. Sykkuno is guilty of the most obvious thing in the world, being a player with a fake online personality, and that's it. He's innocent of everything else. These VTuber girls tried to accuse No, okay, never. See, I'm so bad at this. I'm so bad at like going it straight and just like making a clip. All right, let's. And it's like 60 seconds. So what was it? It wasn't. Sykkuno got accused by VTuber girls. Sykkuno got accused by some VTuber girls. All right, we're trying this again. Okay. Sykkuno is guilty of the most obvious thing in the world, being a player with a fake online personality, and that's it. He's innocent of everything else. Sykkuno got accused by some VTuber girls of being some sort of Sykkuno Weinstein who is using his powerful streamer connections and fame to take advantage of smaller content creators. None of that's true. Every girl shown in these interactions was very enthusiastic and was mutually flirting and sexting with them, and not a single time was he shown to threaten or pressure anybody into situations where anybody was uncomfortable with. And his horrible sugar daddy love bombing that he was accused of amounted to him buying somebody the video game Resident Evil 9 and flying another girl out to Paris. And all he did wrong was flirt with too many women at the same time while lying about it. It's kind of shitty, especially to his long-term girlfriend, but it's not predation. And come on, with somebody who looks like that, with that large of a female audience, did anyone really expect anything different? Of course he's a player, but he's not a predator. Cool, we did it. We did it in like 55 seconds. That one was good. That one was gold. All right? That is our clip. All right. Of course he's a player, but he's not a predator. To him buying somebody the video game Resident Evil 9 and flying another fake online personality. being a player. Sykkuno is guilty of the most obvious thing in the world, being a player with a fake online personality, and that's it. He's innocent of everything else. Sykkuno got accused by some VTuber girls of being some sort of Sykkuno Weinstein who is using his powerful streamer connections and fame to take advantage of smaller content creators. None of that's true. Every girl shown in these... Seconds. Is my voice off? Was good. That one was gold. All right? That is our clip. Why is the voice off? All right. These interactions was very enthusiastic. Of course he's a player, but he's not a predator. Okay. Friend, but it's not predation. And come on, with somebody who looks like that, with that large of a female audience, did anyone really expect anything different? Of course he's a player, but he's not a predator. Okay, that's good. That's good. I think this is it. Sykkuno is guilty of the most... Sykkuno is guilty. All right. Sykkuno is guilty of the most obvious thing in the world, being a player with a fake online personality, and that's it. He's innocent of everything else. What? This is like so bad. Sykkuno is guilty of the most obvious thing in the world, being a player with a fake online personality, and that's it. He's innocent of everything else. Sykkuno got accused by some VTuber girls of being some sort of was very enthusiastic and was mutually horrible sugar daddy love bombing that he was this is way off. Why is this flirt with too many women at the same time while lying about it? Female audience, did anyone really expect anything different? Of course he's a player, but he's not a predator. Female audience, did anyone really expect anything different? Of course he's a player, but he's not a predator. Okay, what? Okay. Why is this so bad? I don't get it. Is it still bad? Did anyone really expect anything different? Of course he's a player, but he's not a predator. Okay. Okay. Why is this so bad? I don't get it. Is it still bad? Did anyone really expect anything different? Okay, let's see. Okay. Okay. Test. Why is this so bad? Hello? Is it still bad? Test. Okay, let's see. Test. Hello? Okay, this is finally good, I swear. I swear this is good, okay? So we're doing it again. One last time. Oh my god. Why? I don't want to have to do this. This is still so... Whatever. All right. Trying this again. We're trying this again. All right, let's go. Sykkuno is guilty of the most obvious thing in the world, being a player with a fake online personality, and that's it. He's innocent of everything else. Sykkuno got accused by some VTuber girls of being some sort of Sykkuno Weinstein who was using his powerful connections and fame to take advantage of smaller content creators. None of that's true. Every girl in these interactions was very enthusiastically mutually flirting and sexting with him, and not a single time was he shown to threaten or pressure anybody into situations where anybody was uncomfortable with. And his horrible sugar daddy love bombing that he was accused of amounted to buying somebody the video game Resident Evil 9 and flying a girl out to Paris. All he did wrong was flirt with too many women at the same time while lying about it. It's kind of shitty, especially to his long-term girlfriend, but it's not predation. And come on. With somebody who looks like that, with that large of a female audience, did anyone really expect anything different? Of course he's a player, but he's not a predator. All right, that was good. I did it again, and we're gonna see if this works. good. I did it again. And we're gonna... Female audience. Did anyone really expect anything different? Of course he's a player, but he's not a predator. Okay. Anybody was uncomfortable with. And his horrible... Sykkuno is guilty. Sykkuno is guilty of the... Sykkuno is guilty. Of course he's a player, but he's not a predator. All right, that's... Okay, especially to his long-term girlfriend, but it's not predation. And come on. With somebody who looks like that, with that large of a female audience, did anyone really expect anything different? Of course he's a player, but he's not a predator. Awesome. So we did it. We did it. We did it. Sykkuno is guilty of the most obvious... Cool. So we copy that. Download this. And let's go. We're going to do something fun now. Now, what we do is we go to livestream fail. We're creating a post. Former main mod gives his verdict on the Sykkuno situation. Guilty of being a player. Okay. All right. We'll see if this works. 1 second. All right, we're doing it. All right, so that's what we're doing. We're going for it. Go up there. All right, let's upload it to Twitter now. We don't have to keep on. Okay, how do we find the twit longer? So Okay, so now we post this here, and then we respond to it. Okay, and then we go here. Cool. Maybe we review other people's drama. Yeah, so like now we can watch other people's. Whatever. Okay. What do we do? So I have something at 1:15, so I can stream for another hour. But we'll see. I should respond to other people's drama or something, I think. So, well, okay, let me see if there's other events today. 'Cause I want to see if I want to go to something. Okay, so there's nothing today. That's fine. Okay, what else do I do? Okay, let's watch other people's drama. That's what we do. We react to it. We react to other people's drama.
My girlfriend of 4 years has recently become obsessed with a male streamer, and I feel really uncomfortable about it. This was a post made on the subreddit r/relationship advice around the end of 2020. What was particularly shocking here is that barely just a few days after making that initial post, he'd end up breaking up with his girlfriend. Her obsession with that streamer was that irrational. And during that time, she wasn't the only one who might have felt this way. That's because the male streamer in question here was none other than Sykkuno, a name and face that had become a core memory of the COVID-19 pandemic, more specifically when everyone was locked up in their homes. In the span of less than a year, he would go from having 1,000 average viewers on Twitch to 50,000, even having a stream where he peaked at over 100,000 concurrent viewers. What he'd be most known for was his gameplay of Among Us with his friends, who happened to be very big content creators as well. Not only would he get tens of thousands of concurrent viewers on Twitch, but he would get millions upon millions of views on his YouTube channel as well. And while his rise to fame is definitely incredibly impressive, what was truly unparalleled here is his extremely high ratio of female viewers, confirmed to having been higher than any of his other content creator friends. His handsome look, his anime-sounding voice, and his witty jokes.
How do you make an hour-long video in 4 hours? What are you talking about?
Rabid. In fact, it was also a joke that he would turn male fans gay. But what made him really desirable is just how socially awkward he was. He was innocent in an endearing way. He was a boy failure that needed a woman to fix him. In a nutshell, he was this picture, almost allergic to other women. He just couldn't handle.
He had early access to the drama.
Anything romantic, he would get too flustered. This made many of his fans want to be the one to finally fix him. But make no mistake here, this was all a perfectly crafted image that he had made for himself. He wanted you to think that he was innocent, naive, a boy failure, someone who's inexperienced in relationships and would never hurt a fly. Because in reality, behind this mirage, this illusion, there was a master manipulator, a serial cheater, and a predator. Someone who would make it a point for many years to target smaller content creators, take full advantage of the fact that he was one of the most desirable men in the streaming world, all making it seem like he had no experience with women and that it just might be romantic. They just might be that special someone who can fix him. What he would somehow forget to tell them, though, is that he had been in a monogamous relationship since 2021. But you don't have to take my word for it, because he admits to everything in a recorded voice call with the victim victim herself. And on top of that, that same victim, who goes by the name of Hemamal VT, would choose to write a Google Doc that shows the entire timeline, her and Sykkuno's DMs together, as well as the DMs of another victim that actually slept with Sykkuno while being totally oblivious to the fact that he has been in a relationship since 2021. This might be one of the most impactful and longest running lies in content creation history. I want to thank the two victims in question for trusting me with this very heavy topic and for allowing me to make the first comprehensive video on it. So without further ado, let's get right into this mess. All right, so first off, who the hell is Sykkuno? Well, before starting his streaming career, he actually used to be a software engineer working in the Bay Area of California. His monotonous office life would change forever, though, when he would meet Lily Pichu, a well-known content creator who actually started making content as far back as 2000. Hemamal VT, who I'll refer to as Mal from now on, is someone who has been making content for the last year. She occasionally streams from time to time, but also tends to post cosplays on her Twitter profile, some of them being revealing. Those revealing cosplays would catch Sykkuno's attention, and he'd follow her on Valentine's Day of 2026. Within barely a few days, he would start talking about how they should move in together into the same house, all while having a girlfriend. When Mal would find out about the girlfriend, she would decide to write a Google document. The Google document would contain Mal's side of the story as well as Elfie Leah's side of the story. Another VTuber who, of course, also posts cosplays from time to time, which is why Sykkuno was interested in her to begin with. She also had no idea that Sykkuno had a girlfriend, and would meet up with him during December 2025 in Paris when he would travel for a convention. Unlike Mal, though, she would actually end up sleeping with Sykkuno, again, completely oblivious that he has a girlfriend. They would both share their stories and the DMs with Sykkuno in the Google document. This document would be 32 pages long, and it would detail both of their experiences with Sykkuno, leading up to the revelation of the fact that he has a girlfriend, as well as a link to the full 17-minute YouTube video in which Mal would confront Sykkuno about cheating on his girlfriend. Here's how it would start off. On Valentine's Day of this year, I was followed on Twitter by Sykkuno. I thought it was amazing that such a big content creator even after confiding in me, that I fully understand that this should not be treated. I've been personally affected by Sykkuno to come out about this. As I already mentioned, there are many people who were affected by his actions throughout the years. In fact, if Sykkuno traveled to any expo or convention or event, then you can bet a hefty sum of money that he always had someone there who he flew out, hoping that he could bring them to his hotel room. Anyway, the next section of the document would be titled Our First Conversation. After Valentine's Day, I was so excited about him following me that I told a friend who then urged me to strike up a conversation. I finally worked up the courage to send him a DM, and he replied right away. So here we can see on the 15th of February, Mal would send, "Are you still looking for a Valentine's Day, perhaps?" To which Sykkuno would say so innocently, "What? You can't just open up with something like that? And besides, Valentine's Day's almost over where I'm from already." Which he would reply with, "I mean, we can always do a Valentine's Day do-over, you know?" In the same first conversation, he brought up what kind of games he liked to play and invited me to play with him after conventions. On the left image, we can see them discussing sleep schedules, right? Understanding what time it is for her, what time it is for him. On the right image, we can see him say, "What games do you like to play? I'm like a massive game player. That's usually how I meet people or make friends, to be honest." In the next couple images, we can see Sykkuno talk about the game he was playing, which was Outlast Trials, saying that maybe Mal could carry him. She would agree, give him her Discord, and then wonder, "Hey, are you done soon with your stream? Because I'm getting tired." She hadn't slept all night. She was playing all nighter. He apologized for taking so long, and then he'd say that he has a convention to go to. So after making her wait for like a few hours, he would say, "Hey, listen, can we just play tomorrow? I have a convention to go to." And they would agree, "Okay, let's play after the convention." This is what would lead us to the next section. Interest in where I live. For context, this is still the same day as the first conversation, only moved to Discord a few hours apart since I'm EU time zone and he's US time zone. So yeah, these DMs have a timestamp of 10 a.m. EU time. The last DMs we can see on Twitter were at 9 a.m. So this is barely an hour later after they added each other. Mal would continue by saying, "Things started out innocently enough with him inquiring about fun things to do near where I live, such as aquariums and conventions. TwitchCon EU specifically. I'd like to point out that I said we could go on a date to make up for Valentine's. He not once expressed to me any discomfort or that he wasn't single." So yeah, this is how it goes. If someone expresses interest in you, right, you typically tell them fairly quickly that you're already in a committed relationship. You don't just let things slide. Mal had no reason to think that Sykkuno was already taken. Otherwise, he would have said something after she proposed a date. He'd ask, "Do they have an aquarium? I'm a big fan of aquariums." She'd say, "There's artists in Amsterdam. Could make it a date, you know, to make up for Valentine's." He'd only reply with, "Oh, what? Lol?" Continuing on with his innocent persona, but he'd never say, "Oh, no, actually, wait, like, I want to meet up as friends. I'm actually in a relationship." Not once. The next section will be titled Following My Private Instagram. He would also follow my personal private Instagram that is only available to my IRL friends and family while using his official Sykkuno account. So we can see an image of Sykkuno following her with her personal account name being hidden since it's personal. The next section will be titled Making Plans to Meet Me in Person. So bear in mind, this was the next day. Okay, the 16th of February. They had started talking on the 15th. He followed her on the 14th. The document would say, "In this 2-hour Discord gaming call, the same day as our first conversation, Sykkuno made plans to meet me IRL. It was set to be the same weekend as Dokumi 2026 since he was flying over anyway to attend TwitchCon EU. Going to the aquarium would be our first date. I also learned that there was a 15-year age gap between us." Right, so like I personally spoke to the victim about this. I asked, like, would that usually have been like a red flag or a turnoff? She said yes. The thing is, this is Sykkuno we're talking about here, right? So she made an exception because as you saw in the intro of this document, she used to watch him in high school. She genuinely looked up to him. To say that she was starstruck was an understatement, and that's exactly what he was counting on. Now, while keeping that 15-year age gap in mind, this next section definitely hits different. It's titled Making Plans to Move In Together. These messages would be on the 17th of February, 2 days after they started talking. It would say, "With Sykkuno, our relationship moved so incredibly fast it almost felt like a dream. It was like he could make anything I wanted happen. And as someone as prolific and successful as him, I had no reason to doubt anything he said to me. These screenshots show that Sykkuno and I were intending to adopt a cat and have me possibly move into his house. I told him we couldn't get a cat yet due to me not being a US citizen and possibly having visa issues. Keep in mind, this conversation happened 2 days after the first conversation." So in this first image of these set of DMs, we can see them talking about pets in general, right? About how he might be allergic to certain pets, about how his current dog doesn't trigger his allergies. So they start discussing the prospect of getting a cat. Mal would say, "I mean, if I'm there anyways, we'll have to think of a name, no?" To which Sykkuno would say, "Yeah, but I don't know if I can take care of it myself." Mal would say, "Or we're just gonna name it Cat." He'd say, "You'll have to stay to help take care of it, lol." To which she'd say, "I'm okay with that. Though I don't know how that would work with me staying there. I can't stay forever either, you know, because I'm not an American citizen and I'll also probably have to go back as well. Because I mean, I hope at least that I can go back to studying end of this year. And like in general, everything's so expensive." Then he'd say, "Oh yeah, that's true. Okay, maybe we can get a cat together another time then. Besides, don't you already have a cat?" Which she'd say, "Yeah, but they're my dad's. Also, did you finally order the food?" And he'd say, "Oh, I see. So you wouldn't have to bring them if you just moved somewhere." To which she'd say, "No, I guess not though. I've missed them so much, so I definitely have to get new pets." So barely a couple days after speaking to each other, Sykkuno's out here discussing getting a pet together, taking care of it, raising it together, and looking into the possibility of her maybe moving in together with him one day. This was as he was sharing a home with his girlfriend. The next section will be titled Lying About Being Single and Dating History. In this screenshot, Sykkuno said he has only ever had one relationship his entire life. I would eventually find out that that was a lie, that he had been dating and living in the same house as his girlfriend for years, and that I was not the only girl on the internet that he spoke to on a daily basis. So here we can see DMs of them discussing this topic. Mal would say, "I mean, you've been in relationships before. It's not like it's your first relationship," referencing what they might potentially have going on. To which he'd reply with, "I don't know, well, I've only like actually dated someone once and they broke up with me, so yeah, I think I'm just not very good, so it's probably just a niche." To which he'd say, "Did you like never do anything for your ex like at all?" To which he'd say, "I mean, I think I did. I don't think she thought I did, so yeah. But I mean, everyone has their own way of what they want, so it's important to be like, are you getting what you want? And if you're not, I totally understand." Mal, of course, would want to inquire as to what he was saying. Like, what do you mean you think you did? Like what? But he'd never specify. He'd always keep it vague, keeping up this persona that he crafted, the one that was allergic to love, that had no idea like what was going on with women. This would lead us right into the next section titled Sexting. We texted every single day, and these interactions would be charged with flirting and suggestive topics. I would send him suggestive pictures and audios, and he would confirm that he'd touch himself to them. Additionally, he'd always act flustered and inexperienced, keeping up the illusion of his on-screen innocent persona. We'd also regularly talk about date ideas and things we'd like to do together in the future when we meet up IRL. Topics that are usually discussed between two adults who are clearly romantically interested in each other. On top of texting, we also called almost every single day, even after he'd streamed for over 8 hours. We talk and play games regularly. One thing I noticed is that every time we called him when he spoke, he'd be whispering and never fully use his voice. His excuse was that it's because he was tired after a long stream, and I didn't really find that to be suspicious. Using your voice for 8 hours in a row does exhaust it after all. I now realized that he was quiet because his girlfriend lived with him and he didn't want her to hear. So in this first set of DMs, we can see them discussing things to watch together. Sykkuno saying, let's watch something. Mal would say we should. He would say, let's watch a Netflix dating show because those are funny, or both. And Mal would say we should. And do you also want to play games like Helldivers or Overwatch or etc. In the next image, we can see them discussing the spicy audio that she sent him at some point. He'd say, you do too. She would say, yeah, like in that audio recording I sent you, to which she would act flustered over and say, huh? Oh my god, well, yes, you really sounded cute in that too. Which she would say, did you ever re-listen to it or only that once? In the next screenshot, we can see them discussing going on a gym date. Mal expressed to him how much he enjoys going to work out at the gym, and so Sykkuno would inquire about what a gym date looks like. This is when they discuss it more. In the next two set of DMs, we can see them talking about more spicy topics. Mal would say, you get flustered so easily. And then Sykkuno would say, because I'm not, I've never done like this kind of thing before, lol. To which she would say, and you don't like it? He continued saying, which is crazy because I'm older than you, but like I haven't really dated much, so. And then Mal would say, so you have me now. He'd reply with, my XP bar is low, but no, I do it. I've never gotten something like this before. Yes, I like it. It's so good. I can't wait to use it later. As in, I can't wait to grill my sausage to it later, whatever she sent. To which she would reply with, you know, I've kind of wondered if you've ever touched yourself while watching what I send you. To which he'd say, what? Why would you wonder that? She'd say, well, because they're spicy pictures and videos. Of course, I wonder if you put them to use. And then he'd say, I'll definitely put this one to use. She'd say, so you've never done so before? And then he would say, maybe in all caps with a flustered sweating emoji. This is when she put her foot.
See, I'm not sure why he's making this seem so bad. Like, yes, they're flirting. They are flirting. Okay? They are indeed flirting.
Down and say, I want a yes or no. And then he would say, yes, of course I have. How could I not? Overall, these DMs were a balance of spicy and wholesome, just like what you'd expect when two people are romantically interested in each other, saying goodnight to each other, inquiring on their health. He'd compliment her on her appearance. She'd say, I love getting compliments from you. Good morning, handsome. What are you up to? But this romantic interest wouldn't just be expressed with words. No, for Sykkuno, he'd make sure to express it financially too. This is what would lead us to the next section, titled Sugar Daddy. Less than a month later, Sykkuno would randomly ask for my PayPal account in DMs. He'd then waste no time in sending me money unprompted, something that I later realized was simply a behavioral pattern that he'd employ with women he'd expressed interest in. I want to reiterate that I have never asked him for his money, and he did this of his own volition. He bought me both a gym jacket, linked below, and Resident Evil 9, because I had expressed interest in that game. Here we can see two payments. The first one sent on the 28th of February 2026, 81 euros, and the second one being 200 euros on the 5th of March 2026. The sender was the business, Sykkuno. He instantly asked for a PayPal username on the 28th of February. He'd start off the conversation with, you still aren't asleep either? To which she'd say, I fell asleep, woke up again because I'm having trouble sleeping. He would then say, oh, well, good morning. And what's your PayPal so I can buy you games later? She'd say, huh?
Sykkuno is
Jesus, I need to update my email to my PayPal because it's my old name from before I rebranded. He would send her money for a gym jacket. At some point she'd say, why don't you send it back? So she'd say, no, I wanted you to get a nice gym vest, lol. Especially because it seems like you're really passionate about working out, so I thought it'd be nice. And then you can remember me when you're wearing it. I thought it was a cute idea. She'd buy one, she'd wear it, she'd send it to him, and she'd say, I wore it with the green set because I know how much you like green. She'd also make a tweet on her account while wearing it, saying, this gym jacket is literally so comfy, the muscle mommy arc will be real. So up until this point, this was Mal's experience with Sykkuno. The next section is titled A Calculated Pattern of Love Bombing and Manipulation. And this is where we talk about Elphilia's side of the story. The document would say, after speaking to Elphilia a few days ago, we were able to corroborate our experiences with Sykkuno and learned that we were both victims of this. We had no idea that he was talking to both of us at the same time. Sykkuno's known to send hundreds of dollars to the girls he wants to get involved with. This screenshot is from when he took my friend Elphilia to Paris during the 2025 TFT tournament, along with sending her 500 euros to help her move into her new apartment. You can clearly see that this was sent from his business email's PayPal account. So unlike the other image that was supplied by Mal, here we can clearly see this is Sykkuno at hotmail.com sending her all this money, a substantial amount, around 1,550 euros, all under his business email. Here are the DMs in which we can see that he offered to pay for her flight to TFT Paris as well as all the food and hotel fees there, pretty much taking care of her financially during the entire trip. So this starts off as far back as April 2025, with Sykkuno telling Elphilia, I'm probably going to Paris later this year for sure. I'm not sure on TwitchCon yet. I'm afraid I don't know enough people. He'd say, you should come to Paris when I go to it. Is it close? To which she'd say, Paris is pretty easy to go to. Yes, it's in the European Union. He'd say, you better hang out then when I go there. She'd reply with, I'll have to see because I know nothing and no one there and it's expensive. To which he would say, I'll pay for it. Don't worry. She'd say, well, really? You do that? And then he'd say, yeah, of course. And all the food. She'd of course be ecstatic about this and say, you have to deal with my annoying ass though. And he would say, but you gotta choose places to eat, like the restaurants. And she'd say, deal. One day later, he'd reiterate, you're fine. You never have to pay for anything. Don't worry, lol. How much is the flight usually from Netherlands to Paris and back? Because she lived in the Netherlands at the time. I think I'm going for like a TFT tournament or something like that. On the 10th of December 2025, we can see her saying, I'm boarding now. See you soon. To which she would reply with, see you soon. You have the hotel info, right? Since they were going to share a room. This brings us to the next section titled Elphilia's experience. Elphilia would talk to Sykkuno on and off for the span of 5 years. During that time, she had absolutely no idea that he had a girlfriend in the 5 years that she had known him, and on and off flirted with him. Anytime she would bring up the topic of his love life, he would give the response of playing too many games and not going out enough to meet women to date. So bear in mind, she knew him since like 2021, back when he was like the most desired man on the entirety of Twitch or the streaming space. And even with all that flirting, he never once mentioned the relationship he's been in since 2021. So this was in the beginning of his relationship as well. So in this next set of DMs, we can see Elphilia saying, also, I have a question for you. Why are you single? Like, how? To which he'd say, huh? That's a crazy question, lol. I think it's a combination of like playing too many games. To which he'd say, why crazy? Why is it a crazy question? The guy was desired by anyone, even after his viewership had fallen down a little bit. He could still DM anyone and get them to date him. It didn't make sense. The document would say, same calculated behavior and patterns, using his nerdy gamer boy facade to lure women into a false narrative. In this next set of DMs, Elphilia would be saying, you're cute. You're this sweet to all girls, or am I just lucky? To which he'd say, wow, lol, only to the ones I think are cool. So as you can see, Elphilia is just starstruck. She can't believe this. She feels so lucky that Sykkuno, the guy who's desired by everyone, is getting her attention out of anyone else in the world. This is the effect he had on people, and he knew this. And just like with Mal, he would follow her personal Instagram with his official Sykkuno Instagram page. It's genuinely like a deja vu to what he did with Mal. Like it's the same patterns. The guy had a playbook, and he knew how to put it to use. The document will continue. Here is proof that Sykkuno was in Paris for the TFT event around this time too, directly from his Twitter. So here you can see this was posted around the 13th of December 2025 when he was in Paris. In this first tweet on the left, we can see him taking an image of Lily Pichu, who was also there, as well as him retweeting one of TFT's tweets saying, ultimate bragging rights have been secured at the TFT Paris Open. This is them announcing that Sykkuno's team had won, confirming that he was indeed there. The next page of the document would show us a set of DMs between Sykkuno and Elphilia. The date would be the 3rd of March 2026. So this would be 3 months after they had met up and hooked up. And this would be as he was talking with Mal. He'd say, oh my god, I was playing World of Warcraft. I saw this player. It reminded me of you. That's because that player had a similar looking name. She'd say, oh, you got reminded of me? That's cute. To which he'd say, of course. Oh, I was going to ask, were you planning on going to like off guy or anything like that? That's a VTuber Expo, right? To which she would say, I wish, but unfortunately I can't. My rent is now 800 euros per month and I'm living fully off of my savings, so I canceled all my travels for the year. The document would say, to add even more salt to the wound, after Elphilia's Paris trip, in 2 weeks after he had started talking to me, saying things like how he wants to move in with me and such, he would message Elphilia asking her if she'll be an off guy. This is proof that he'd be talking to more than one woman at the same time, planning a hookup for every event he went to. He was doing this while giving me the impression that he wanted something long term, and all while also having a girlfriend since 2021. Elphilia Elfilia and I weren't friends until I found out that he was cheating on his girlfriend. This is when we both got in contact with each other and shared our stories. She deserves the world. The section would end with both Sykkuno and Elfilia talking about random topics, and then at the end of this DM chain, we can see Sykkuno saying, "How was your day?" To which she would reply with, "Awful. Spent the whole day crying. Crying right now. Why do some men cheat? I'll never understand." The document points out that this is ironic, seeing that Sykkuno is a cheater himself. So as you can see, when these two women spoke to each other and shared their stories, they were shocked. Shocked to know that they were being used so casually, and shocked to know that this man was in a relationship. But how is it that he did this for years with no consequences? How is it that there are many Elfilias and Mals out there with no one saying a thing? Well, they kind of did, which is what the next section is all about. It's titled Rumors and Broken Friendships. As I mentioned in the intro, no one made a public statement before because they never had sufficient evidence. Sykkuno would always talk about the most explicit and sensitive topics in voice calls or in person, never leaving a paper trail. This was all intentional. Rumors still managed to spread. Many content creators, both big and small, would vent to their friends about his behavior. Behind the scenes for many, he'd be known as a predator who regularly took advantage of smaller and or vulnerable content creators. The reason why Sykkuno would abruptly stop hanging out with certain people throughout the years is because of this predatory behavior. However, he managed to keep enough influential friends around him to legitimize his position in the space, especially seeing that many of those friends were women who have normally stood in solidarity with any sort of victim, making it seem like he was safe enough to trust because they trusted him enough to be a friend. As Elfilia spoke with Sykkuno, she'd tell him about rumors that she had heard from someone else, about how Sykkuno had a roster of readily available women, and how they all coincidentally were smaller content creators who wouldn't dare touch him if something went wrong. Elfilia, of course, didn't believe this. After all, Sykkuno had a calculated pattern that worked perfectly in his favor. His innocent, naive demeanor wouldn't dare hurt a fly, so why would he hurt me? So here we can see DMs between Elfilia and Sykkuno. She would start this off with saying, "I don't know, he said he dislikes you," referencing a friend of hers, and that you only go for girls that are small so you can manipulate them with your shy persona. Yet he is doing that to my friend right now. So Sykkuno would say, "Oh yeah, I mean, I don't think that's true, but I guess people will say stuff randomly. I'm confused as to these people who think I'm going for them. I haven't really done that. But anyway, I'm sure it'll be fine. I mean, like I said before, people who know me will know me, and I guess he just dislikes me, which is totally fine." She'd say, "Exactly. He did say the only reason you haven't gotten called out is because you go after small creators and they'll never expose you. If you have any proof of anything, I have receipts, just in case he tries anything funny." Sykkuno would say, "Oh, I feel like the way VTubers are, they would love to try and expose bigger streamers. They love drama, lol. But it's not true, so I think it's fine. I don't need receipts or anything. It's fine."
Okay, just
Right? She still had
to
no
the point.
nasty rumors about Bao. Out of concern for her, it spiraled, and it simply walk referencing Sykkuno. She felt it was important to hear them. This reminds me of this one tweet that was posted that I, as well as many other girls, still existed in Sykkuno because she was in Mal's shoes or anyone of this document. Favorite on stream, them openly professing how attractive it was. It would what many women didn't know though is that he'd always lie about the fact that he's single, that behind the scenes he had a predator. And I end this document with a recording of Sykkuno, and it's like, here. Well, it's because Sykkuno's voice is so damn low. I mean, the guy was whispering.
So?
Fine, not trying to sell it.
Alright,
Okay, well,
Side of the story or not. For now, though, we can confirm at least two different people that were completely misled by him as he cheated on his girlfriend so comfortably. In those two instances, we can see him also using the same playbook, the same tactics, sending them money, making them feel special, following their personal Instagram, wanting to meet ASAP, to hook up, everything. And I think one thing that personally struck me was how only 30 minutes after his girlfriend found out about his cheating and probably confronted him, he chose to run upstairs and prioritize Mal, someone he met 2 months ago, all while his girlfriend was crying downstairs, gutted, heartbroken. There's a reason people say with great power comes great responsibility, because once you have this power that Sykkuno possessed, you can so easily take advantage of others. So as a content creator, you have a very clear choice, and unfortunately, Sykkuno decided to be the worst person possible. I wish all the victims in this travesty the absolute best, and I also encourage them to speak out. When it rains, it pours. And right now, the first drop has hit the ground. Sykkuno and anyone else who seeks to take advantage of their position need to be held accountable. And for anyone who grew up watching him during quarantine who looked up to him, I'm sorry to be the bearer of bad news, ruining whatever ideal image you had of him in your head. In any case, if more victims decide to speak out, then I will most likely stream me reading all of them on my channel later on. For the time being though, please, if a larger content creator reaches out to you, even if you don't make content, please always be extremely skeptical and know that they probably don't see you as the most special person in the world. They've probably done this to many others already. Thanks so much for watching until the end. I really, really appreciate it. And if you want exclusive content like high quality art and exclusive yapping videos, then definitely check out stack.com. It's like Patreon, but better. I love you so much. Platonically. Come on, platonically. I'm not gonna be like Sykkuno. I'll see you in the next video, whenever that is. Mwah.
Why? These guys are crazy. These guys are crazy. Okay, what's going on here?
And I saw those same people liking Nick Fuentes reels.
I don't know. I don't know what else to do. Kind of bored. I might stop pretty soon. Yeah, I don't know. So, what do we do next? I'm kind of like done. I don't know, like, what's the... There's like a point after this. But, like, do I respond to other people's opinions on it? Like if other people have drama or something? Because that could be fun, I guess. Like, okay, I guess let's just search the internet for Sykkuno. Right? So I guess we search for Sykkuno. And then Like, so you're talking about it. So it's like, who are you? This person, they also...
Okay, so it seems like recently there's been a Google Doc that has come out, and again, it seems like it is that time again because a VTuber named Hamomo has actually released a Google Doc on a pretty big YouTuber and streamer being Sykkuno. Now, you guys know Sykkuno probably, and again, it seems like, yeah, there is a lot of evidence behind this, including stuff like actual voice evidence of him admitting to a lot of this stuff as well, which of course is a pretty big, incident, right? Now, of course, this is all to do, as it says in the title, with cheating and kind of, talking to a lot of women and essentially just kind of, being very untruthful and stuff to them in the fact that, he's in a relationship and all this kind of stuff. And yeah, obviously it starts off with this. Now, of course, the link will be down below if you guys want to go check out the Google Doc yourself and read through a lot of the text messages. Of course, I'd like to give you guys a quick rundown of things that go on. So if you want to go read that as well as watch the full video, the link is also within the Google Doc as well. So you guys go and support that and again go and check it out. So on Valentine's Day of this year, I was followed by Sykkuno. I thought it was amazing that such a big content creator even knew is a serial cheat with his business plan down to 2020 when he played comes to Google Docs to see that this is exactly what has gone on right now. Of course, maybe there's going to be some big reveal from Sykkuno in response. I don't know, but as I said, this evidence doesn't look very good, right? And it seems like he is going to be pretty screwed if he can't kind of rebuttal any of this, right? Because people don't like people who go after smaller content creators and try to get with them and all of this kind of stuff, especially for having a girlfriend at the same time, right? But yeah, I mean that is essentially all there is for this video. Definitely go and support Hamomo, sorry. And again, there's been a lot of support for them already with this tweet. And again, go look at the Google Doc if you want. It'll be down in the link in the description below, as well as the call will be linked in that.
Oh my God! Stop. None of these guys are good. What do we see here? Does anybody else have any Sykkuno stuff? I don't think there really is. Okay, what do we have here? What do we have? Maybe this guy.
Okay, so we have Bao describing a pattern of behavior where Sykkuno targeted small creators and pressured them into having sex. The problem I have with that is nothing like that has ever been shown anywhere in any capacity in the 29 pages of 32 so far. So like you guys are making claims and you're not showing it. At no point did this guy pressure you to send him pictures. You sent them of your own volition. There was no pressure whatsoever. You guys had a flirtatious relationship where you guys would sex sometimes. And
Finally,
play
somebody
games.
who's
So
smart.
this whole like predator narrative is fucking insane. This guy was a fuckboy. It's just nobody was pressured. Knock it the fuck off. Jesus goddamn Christ. Holy fuck. Like, where are we going with this? Where do we go? A 20-year-old streamer talks to a 35-year-old streamer that she likes, and they both have a mutual flirtatious relationship back and forth, and they sext each other back and forth, and there's no pressure going on. But all of a sudden, this 20-year-old is a fucking child. Like, what do we have to do? Are we going so far left we have to go right? Do we have to start getting permission from the fucking parents? Hello, dad of fucking 18-plus Gooner fucking content creator, Hematoma or whatever the fuck your name is. Can I please sex with your daughter? Like, what do we do here? Like, he's a fuckboy. He's not a predator. He's not pressuring anybody. You guys like him because he's popular. He followed you and then you guys DM'd him. It's not that deep. You're not a fucking victim. Yeah, if I consider she's freshly 20, true. So true, King. So true. Bao then offered to connect her with these other victims. Okay. So they could share their experiences with her directly, as she felt that it was important to hear them firsthand. This was all discussed during a Discord call. Hey, Bao, sorry to bother you with this, but I heard something recently that was a bit concerning, and I thought I would just come out and ask you about it. I heard that there was possibility of instance of Sykkuno trying to get VTube girls up to his hotel room to drink with them, and that the tweet you made about being cautious of large male streamers showering with you with gifts and attention was about him in regards to him doing to 20 friends. What? I heard he was possibly an instance. I heard there was possibly an instance of Sykkuno trying to get VTuber girls to his hotel room to drink with him. Who cares? They're at a fucking party. As long as who cares if they're at a VTuber party and he's trying to get girls and guys probably also to go to his room so they can drink together in a hotel. I don't care. Were they fucking 12 years old? Who gives a shit? Okay, whatever. I don't understand. Like the undertone here is that he's trying to get a bunch of girls and get them drunk to rape them. That's the energy that's here. When like what it sounds to me is that they're having a party in his hotel room after an event, and they're like a hotel, and they're all getting together and they're getting drunk. Bao told me that 3 days before I contacted her and her mod, Sykkuno, and his girlfriend were trying to reconcile after. Bao told me that 3 days before I contacted her about her mod, Sykkuno and his girlfriend were trying to reconcile after Sykkuno somehow managed to convince her that it was all a huge misunderstanding. She had no clue that I, as well as many other girls, still existed in Sykkuno's romantic and sexual life. Okay, Bao and her mod would put me in a group chat with Sykkuno's girlfriend, where I would share all the screenshots you see above. She was rightfully horrified and left the group chat because she couldn't stomach reading it. I've lived with him for over 2 years. We've been together since 2021. Everything he's planning with you are the things we have planned together and talk about and have done. I'm sorry.
Right,
that sounds
I'm
really
logging
shitty
off.
if this is true.
Bored. I'm bored.
The only real